Hi friends, it's Thursday and we're doing Bible story today. So let's get started with some songs. I have a new Bible verse for you and a little Bible story to go along with it. Okay, so here we go. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Now clap. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Very good. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, do the Adam. You're an elephant, you're a giraffe, and you're a kangaroo. If you're happy and you know it, do the Adam. You're an elephant, you're a giraffe, and you're a kangaroo. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Adam. You're an elephant, you're a giraffe, and you're a kangaroo. If you're happy and you know it, do the Noah. 2, 4, 6, 8, P-U. If you're happy and you know it, do the Noah. 2, 4, 6, 8, P-U. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Noah. 2, 4, 6, 8, P-U. If you're happy and you know it, do the Abraham. I will trust and obey the Lord. If you're happy and you know it, do the Abraham. I will trust and obey the Lord. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Abraham. I will trust and obey the Lord. If you're happy and you know it, do the Joseph. Look at my new coat. If you're happy and you know it, do the Joseph. Look at my new coat. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Joseph. Look at my new coat. If you're happy and you know it, do the Daniel. Dear God, don't let the lions eat me. If you're happy and you know it, do the Daniel. Dear God, don't let the lions eat me. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Daniel. Dear God, don't let the lions eat me. If you're happy and you know it, do the Samson. I am the strongest man. If you're happy and you know it, do the Samson. I am the strongest man. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do the Samson. I am the strongest man. Delilah. If you're happy and you know it, do Delilah. What makes you so strong? If you're happy and you know it, do Delilah. What makes you so strong? If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do Delilah. What makes you so strong? Good job. All right, now this is more of a Tuesday, Thursday Bible story song, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, friends, you've probably heard it some, so let's see if we can learn this one all together. God made all of me, all of me, all of me. God made all of me so that I can praise Him, so that I can praise Him. Feet to follow where He leads, hands to help and do good deeds, ears to hear and eyes to see. God made every part of me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. God made all of me, all of me, all of me. God made all of me so that I can praise Him, so that I can praise Him. Feet to follow where He leads, hands to help and do good deeds, ears to hear and eyes to see. God made every part of me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Good job. All right, here we go. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. All right, one hand up and one hand down. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Okay, the hand that's up, put it on your big old blockhead. And the hand that's down, put it on your big old belly. And here we go. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Okay, here we go. Let's do the Mr. Russ goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Good job. Do we want to try this one? Touch your nose. Reach the other arm in front and touch your ear. Now be careful, don't poke yourself in the eye or pick your nose. Here we go. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. Great job. All right, let's do our books of the Old Testament. Okay, gonna start with Genesis. Here we go. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. That's all the 1st and 2nds. Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms and Proverbs, Ecclesiastes and the Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah. Here comes the sad one. Lamentations. Ezekiel and Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Great job. All right, I'm going to move my chair up so I can sit down and we can do our story. Great job helping me sing today. Although I can't hear you, I know you're doing a great job. Well, we have a new Bible verse, okay? And here it is right here. It says, I press on towards the goal to win the prize. I'm going to do that one more time. I press on towards the goal to win the prize. And this one comes from Philippians chapter 3, verse 14. Philippians 3:14. Can you say that? Philippians 3:14. Great job. Okay, so I'm going to put this over to the side a little bit. And I want us to talk just for a second. Remember, we've been talking about sports and practicing and having a coach and doing all of these things to prepare if you're an athlete. To get ready for a game, you have to know who your opponent is. You have to have a game plan. You want to know what you're going to do when you start a game, okay? Well, when you play a game, athletes, they've done all of this practice and they want to win. They may not win every game, but their goal is to be the best athlete that they can be so that they can win whatever it is that they're doing. If they're running, they want to be the fastest runner so that they can win that race. If they're a football player, they want to be as strong as possible, maybe really fast. Maybe a quarterback has got to have a good arm. Maybe their goal, depending on where they're playing, is to win a certain amount of games or get to a tournament, or for those older guys to play in the NFL or to win a Super Bowl. What? All of these different kinds of goals. And they could be different things for different players. Maybe they just want to be the best person, be the best athlete, and have an individual goal. Like, okay, I'm gonna hit 5 home runs this year. Okay? But they might have a goal for the team as well. So goals are gonna look a little bit different for everybody. But there's always something that a player, an athlete, is looking forward to, okay? And so we want to tie that into our story today, because our story is about a man named Paul. I'm going to introduce you to Paul, okay? I want you to pretend that this is Paul. I'm going to scoot these little people out of the way just for a second, okay? This is Paul. Now, Paul was somebody that would go around and he would tell people about Jesus. Not all the time do people want to hear it, and sometimes he would get put in jail. Well, this part of Paul's story, he is in jail. So this is Paul's jail right here. So we're going to put him in there, okay? Because not everybody liked what he was saying. I know, really sad. They should have liked it. But they put him in jail. Now, can you see him in there? Now, I want you to notice, now this little guy just happens to have a smile on his face. But that's really what Paul was doing when he was in prison and in jail. He kept this kind of look on his face. Maybe not all day, every day, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Now, let's step back just a little bit. Before Paul had gotten put in jail over here, he had met some friends in the city of Philippi, okay? So these people right here are from the city of Philippi. We would call them Philippians. Okay, if you live in Nashville, you're a Nashvillian. Okay, these people are from Philippi, so they're Philippians. Okay, well, he had met them and they were great. Oh, but he goes back and he's traveling again. Okay, he gets put in jail. Sorry, buddy. Got to put you in jail. I wouldn't have put him in jail, but I have to for the story. Okay, so the whole time that Paul is here in prison, he is continuing to be an encouragement. Now, he can't talk to them by phone. They don't have a cell phone, okay? They don't have Marco Polo. They don't have all of this stuff that we have. They have one way that they can communicate with people far away, and that is a letter. Now, you can see this, but I made a tiny little letter. And what I did is I rolled up some paper, because back then they didn't use envelopes. I'm seeing if I have an envelope around here. Oh, this is one from the bank. Woo, haven't even opened that one yet. Okay, you've seen these come in the mail. There's an envelope, okay? Their letters didn't look like that. They would have rolled it up. They might have tied it with some string. See how I rolled that up and I put some little string on it? Okay, or they might have sealed it with a little bit of wax, melted wax. Maybe the rulers would have done that. But however he was able to get that letter put together, he sent a friend, okay? And his friend took this letter and went all the way to Philippi, and he gave them, I should have used this one. They're actually a mailman. Gave them this letter, okay? And the people there, let's see if I can get him to hold this. Can you hold that, please? There we go. Now, when they got that letter, the people would gather around and they would open it up, even the babies. They would bring their babies and their children, and they would bring them so that they could all read this letter from Paul. Now, Paul's letters, he would have sent several. He probably couldn't have written everything that he wanted to in one letter. Maybe he did. But this letter right here that we're talking about in Philippians, which our Bible verse comes from, he tells them several things. Number one, he wants to be an encourager to them, okay? And so now, all the while, Paul has his goal in mind, okay? And we'll talk about that goal in just a minute. But he wants them to have this same goal, all right? So he tells them, number one, he goes, every time I think about you, I pray and I thank God for you. Doesn't matter when it is or how often, but every time he thinks of the people in Philippi, he sends a prayer up to God and thanks God for these people. He also tells them, hey, you know what? You all need to be thinking and having the same mindset. You need to be thinking about the same kinds of things about Jesus and God. You all need to be thinking the same way about what that means, okay? He also said, no matter what happens, no matter how hard your life is getting, and no matter how many bad things are happening, I want you to behave like Christ would want you to behave. So behave. When things are going bad, behave the way Christ would want you to behave, or Jesus would want you to behave. And another thing he tells them, this is going to be a tough one. He says, don't complain. Don't grumble. Don't argue. Don't complain about anything. Whoa. I wonder if we've done any complaining lately. I probably have. But Paul is telling them, you know what? Things are not always going to go your way. Okay? Things are going to be tough. People aren't going to like what you have to say or the things that you're doing. But I don't want you to grumble. I don't want you to complain. Don't argue with each other. It's going to be okay. All right. Now remember, Paul is writing all this and he's sitting in prison and he's telling them, hey, it's going to be all right. Because Paul knows that all the things that he's going through, it's worth it and it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. He also tells them, press on. Don't forget your goal. Don't stop doing these good things and living for Jesus. Don't stop. Even if you get tired or things are going bad, press on, okay? Just like our verse, press on to the goal, okay? No matter what, keep going. Athletes have to do that. They have to keep pressing on to that goal that they want to reach. If they give up, they will not get there. It'll be tough and they won't reach their goal. Another thing he tells them is he says, I don't want you to be anxious. Oh boy, I need to hear that. He's telling them, don't be anxious about the things that are happening around you. Ooh, I think we can take that right now. There's a lot of things that are different and strange and we don't understand all of it. But if we read these words from Paul to the Philippians, I think we can understand he's telling everybody, don't be anxious. Don't be fearful. And that is very hard to do. We have to really think about it and take all of those anxieties to God. If you're getting scared or you're like, oh, I don't know what's happening, it's okay. But take all of that to God. And then now he says a lot of other things. These are just a few of the things that I picked out of this book of Philippians. One of the last things that he tells them is he goes, I want you to think about good things. I want you to think on things that are good and healthy and happy and things that are centered around God in all that you're doing. Not just when you say a prayer for your meal. Not just when things are going well. But I want you to think about good things. Think about heavenly things. Think about godly things. And that is going to help you, Philippians, stay on that track for that goal. Now, let's go back and talk about what goal Paul has. I think one of his goals was to reach as many people as possible to tell them about God. Okay? And everywhere that he went, he met people. He formed a relationship with them, and he loved them, and he wanted to share with them Jesus. And that's why if he couldn't be with them, he would send them letters. Okay? I think another one of his goals, I think the biggest goal that Paul had was to be in heaven with God. And he wanted that to be the same goal. Now, he had goals that he had on earth, but he had that heavenly goal of being with Jesus one day. Even though he spent some of his time in prison because people would put him in there when they didn't like what he was saying, he knew that all of that heartache and all the things that were difficult were going to help him get to his goal. Okay? And a lot of these things we can take from Paul's letter to the Philippians. Okay, continue to think about good things. Think about godly things. Think about how God is blessing us, even in the middle of all of this mess. During all this time that you can't be with your friends, and you might want to go play at Chick-fil-A or go to school. I know that sounds crazy, but people are missing being at school. Okay. During all of that, it's okay because God is going to see us through to the other side. Keep your goals in front of you. Work towards those goals. Athletes are going to work towards their goal to get better and better and better. Believers, people that believe like the Philippians, their goal was to spread the word and to keep their eyes on that ultimate goal, which is to be in heaven with God one day. What a great story. I'm so thankful that Paul was able to send these letters and that we have these letters in the Bible. Lots of other books are like that, but this one is from Philippians, and it has so many great things in it. And I hope that you can take some of these things from Paul's letter and think about them. Use them, okay? Because we all need encouragement from each other. And I think we talked about writing letters yesterday with the thank you book. But again, it's always a good thing to send letters to people and encourage them and let them know that you're thinking about them and that you love them and that you're thankful for them. And I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for Paul and his letters that we can read now and use in our life. I'm thankful for God for watching over us, okay? And I hope you have a great rest of the day. And I'm so glad that you were here today and watching. Remember, I love you. Your teachers love you. Your mom and dad love you. But who loves you most of all? God. Thanks for listening today, friends. Bye-bye.